So a bit of audio this time, so you can we can get some 80s tunes on our cassette player. So I actually went to order the speakers that sit in the front because I was going to wire the front up and just get those working for now. And as I was scrolling through that place, I was put the size in, and then suddenly it popped up saying Mk2 drop-in speakers. I was like, boom, those ones, ordered them. Turned up and I was like, oh, they're not the ones ordered. But turns out they are. Now these are Kicker ones. I went for Kicker. Kicker's a good known brand. And these are high performance drop-in replacements. So these are literally a drop-in replacement to sit in the back of there. So I've got one in already. I've got the other one to go in. Nice little speakers. Yeah, nice little speaker. Should do the job. Obviously, I'm not going for a massive boom bass in. Just a bit of tunes. Got the exhaust for music, but just a little melodies, and then a roll of wire so I can replace all the wire. I know the speaker wire is still in there somewhere. Yeah, it's still in that loom, but I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to feed new wire from the front to the back, because speaker wire is quite prone to, obviously, what's the word? Being corroded and stuff, and interference, that's the one. So I'll just run new wire literally from the back speaker, well, two wires down that side, one to that speaker and one across to that speaker, and then I'll have two separate bits going across to those two speakers, and then all in the back of the stereo. Nice and tidy. Yeah, so that's audio kit. Nice little kit. Comes with, literally, it's drop-in replacements. So you've got wires, they go on the speakers. Comes with hand little fitting kits and joiners, but again, I'll put in new wire in it, so I'll just rewire it all. But yeah, nice little kit. So I'll get on with fitting that and then get the wires tucked in out of the way. The other speakers I originally actually wanted to have turned up, and these again, the Kicker yellow line ones, direct replacement, little 3.5 inch ones, quality little bit of kit, and these are the ones sit down in the dash there. So I've got the other ones all wired at the rear ones. I've had some issue with the stereo. Does work-ish. So I've got another one on the way, which will hopefully look still 80s, 90s era. But you sort of got to get the best of both worlds. So I'll get these wired in and then catch up when the other stereo turns up. So I've got the old one out. It's very, very fiddly, as you can see. This is one of the original, more of a tweeter than a speaker, really. But yeah, that's what was in there. And obviously we're going to squeeze in a proper speaker. So, back to the music. We have got a different head unit because the other one we had, the speaker connection to the back corroded, and it was a bit old. So we found this Sony one on eBay. Good bargain price. Yeah, sort of 90s, within trim of it. It's hard to get a stereo that fits period, but it's a tape deck, it works. So as again, we've got our Kicker front and rear speakers. So let's turn her on, see what it sounds like. So yeah, that sounds not too bad. Nice clear sound. Obviously it's a tape, so it's not the best, but I might look into getting one of the MP3 sort of ding-dongs. But yeah, it's a bit of soundtrack to drive in. And again, wired in, switch live, so there's no power to that stereo when the ignition's off. So there you go, that's audio. Nothing really big to shout about. You can get, I like the Buca Point, like what I had, but like you can buy them brand new, so they're all singing or dancing, but they're nearly 400 quid. Yeah, I'm not really into that music that much, so this will do. Nice, cheap and cheerful, with some good Kicker spare speakers. So that's the audio setup. Right, so what we've got here is a bit of gear selector upgrade. So what we've got is a weighted shifter. Now this is what's off the Jetta. This is pretty heavy, probably half a kilo sort of area. Bit of a lump like. That is a genuine part. on various cars, can't remember what. This is a standard Mk2 GTI one, so all we're going to do is replace them over. And all this does is when you're changing gear, when this rod moves that way, see if you're putting force to move the rod across, you're just moving it. When you've got this in it, when you're pushing it, you've got that extra bit of weight, you've got the weight behind the rod, helping select gear better. And then this is your quick shifter. So what this does, replaces that arm there. Yep, that arm there, it replaces that. So it sits on there, and you've got 3 different varying points. Now what this does is reduce the throw on the gear stick, so between first and second you've got that distance, so you're changing that different points. I'll probably put it on the middle one for start, see where it is. That reduces that distance, so just sort of overall gives a bit better of a feel to the car. So I'll plop them on, I'll clean up that weight shifter first, and then take it for a drive next time to see how it feels.